Hello, my name's Terry Brightwater and this is the Inner Space vlog. I'm a holistic life coach and quantum space clearer, and I'm here today at St Michael's Mount, which is in Penzance in Cornwall in the UK. And just there behind me you can see the mount, and it's famous for a vision that appeared to fishermen about 1500 years ago. An Archangel Micheal, where the mount is named after, appeared to them as this pronouncement of this new era, this of truth and discernment that's very much based in our intuitive heart. So this evolutionary wave of consciousness, of unconsciousness, that's moving through our lives at this time and is relevant now and always, is the theme of temptation, discernment, passion, and how that relates to our past, present and future. So it's another really powerful wave that I've really been experiencing strongly myself this week, and with all my clients and pretty well much everybody else I've been speaking to as well, really. And how emotional this is, because passion is a very strong emotion. It's a bit like rage and fear, grief, those emotions that take up a lot of room. Now the interesting thing with passion is that, a bit like rage, if it's tempered with the heart, rage becomes courage in the heart, and in instinctive passion, it can rise up through the heart and can become intuitive passion, which is your being creatively loving in your choices, and very generous as well. So you've got this fire, this passion to really do what you feel like you need to do in the truth of your heart. So it's a very powerful wave because of that. And one of the things that I've noticed this week in myself and in my clients is this quality of temptation, which is very much an instinctive, fearful quality. We're tempted, sort of on a very superficial level. It's like, are we tempted by those cream cakes or by that chocolate? It's really those kind of feelings from our passions. We are sort of strongly motivated, compelled to make a decision that we don't really, that isn't really going to be the most beneficial decision for us. It's like a really extreme example is where there's sort of like domestic murders, between sort of lovers, where they have such a passion for each other that maybe one of them has an affair, and the passion sort of manifests as a really destructive, murderous feeling, because if I can't have that person, then no one's going to have them, and they kill them. Quite often they kill themselves as well. So it can lead to very destructive, very sort of tragic consequences. So we really need to temper our passions with discernment and truth. So it's very appropriate I'm here at St Michael's Mount, that represents this truth and discernment, rising out of the sea, which you could see as our individual and collective emotional psychic self, this new truth that is clear to see, and we have an opportunity to respond to our passions rather than to react to them fearfully. We can respond lovingly and intuitively and with a discernment. So one of the things I noticed in terms of how this relates to our past is quite often we have attitudes to our past. I certainly am. I'm sort of locked into a habitual pattern of seeing certain aspects of my past which have been very challenging and to a certain level quite sort of tragic as well. Me and my family, etc., still living with the consequences of that very painful, wounded past. So I've really been able to use this wave as leverage to really create a new attitude for myself to the past, and I've really been supporting my clients in that as well this week, to really see our past as a learning experience, and really see all the positive bits, and to focus on the positive bit, and focus on forgiveness as well from the past, and use that forgiveness, those really fantastic moments in the past, because there's lots of them as well, to spring forward into our present, and to have a really clear, discerning, glorious vision of a wonderful future for ourselves and for each other, and for the planet itself. So in that sense, it's a real sort of like crossroads as well at this time, and Archangel Micheal has this sword which, when you hold it up, is like a cross. So it's this choice that we need to make. Are we going to carry on choosing to make choices passionately from this tempting, fearful place, or are we going to move forward at this crossroads in a discerning, loving, intuitive way with our passions? So I really hope you're getting this wave, because I can't imagine you're not, because everybody's have some really strong feelings, particularly about the past, sort of at this time. So the affirmation for this week is: now that my past is truly forgiven, my present and future are now joyfully given, as the freedom of my empowered, intuitive love. Now that my past is truly forgiven, my present and future are now joyfully given, as the freedom of my empowered, intuitive love. So just one of the things I've really noticed as well, so as an opportunity, when you feel those strong fears and pains and wounds about the past, and there's other people around you sort of like triggering them in yourself, is to lean into those fears open-heartedly and just keep feeling those feelings until they move on, and temper them with love. So much love and many blessings on your inner space, and this opportunity to be in our discernment, in our truth, with our passions.